Okay, sorry about that. I had this scheduled to go live and he's trying to figure it out, learning. So if there's anyone out there, I think we at least have one person. I'll give it just a second more for everyone to get on if anyone's here. And I'll tell you who won the drawing. I just did that. I guess I'll give a little bit of background about how the drawing was done. Um, I used a program that selects random comments that have the word gas stop as one word or gas stop as two words because I saw people putting it both ways. We had 69 contestants and it randomly picked one. And I have the winner right here. We picked it at 5 o'clock because that was the cutoff. I'm going to actually post that. I filmed while I was doing the drawing or whatever. I'm going to post that over on our Facebook page so people can see it happen if they want to double check that, make sure it all went as it should. But I'll give the name in just a moment, and then I will tell the person how to uh, go in and collect it because we do need to do a verification on it, and then I will need to mail it out to them. We'll get that out tomorrow. So, assuming they claim it today, under the rules, they have 4 days to claim it. Go back and I will do another drawing until it is given away. So that's how that's going to work. In the meantime, if anyone has any questions or anything, please just put it on the chat or whatever. I'm watching that and be glad to do that. And I'll give it just a minute or two more, and then I'm going to announce the winner, um, which will be interesting. Really glad people showed an interest in GasStop. I didn't mention it was a giveaway on the video, so the only people who knew it went to the video to watch the video. So I appreciate everybody who went. And GasStop had given us a GasStop to give away, sent it to us. I already owned GasStop, and so I didn't need one, but they sent me one. And they said, "Why don't you give this to one of your viewers?" So that's what we're doing. It really is a great product, and I really think GasStop, they're very supportive of the community. If you ever talk to anyone, you're at a show or anything, and you talk to them, they're just really wonderful people, and they're really, really supportive of the RV community and to people who try to be an RV creator like myself. All right. So I guess here we'll go. So we got about 10. Now we got 8 people coming and going. So here, let's go ahead and do this. The person who won the GasStop is at April, April, last name Kesteron, and then the YouTube channel -X5E. April, I've already gone in and put a comment to your comment, a reply to your comment that asks you to email me with my email address. So if you'll go to that and email me, it's John M. Bell, JD at gmail.com, but it's in your comment. If you'll email me, I will give you instructions on how to authenticate yourself and give me a location you'd like me to ship the GasStop to. And like I said, I will send it the next day. If you claim it tonight, I'll send it tomorrow. So I'll do that. And congratulations on winning the GasStop. Really good price. Also, I noticed a lot of people ordered GasStops after my last video, so I hope you're happy with it. Please let me know how that goes for you. Really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody coming on. I will. I don't see any questions down below. Yeah, I see Patrick from Travels with Delaney is with us. He loves GasStop, as do I. But I just give a little update on some stuff that we have going on and answer a couple questions I have gotten. One of the things that I was asked on the last video is someone asked how I chose the Gen Y hitch and if I like it. Gonna be honest, I've never owned a fifth wheel before, so I really can't compare it to a normal fifth wheel hitch. Ours is a Gooseball Gen Y hitch, but I'm really loving it. I can barely feel this monster of an RV behind us. It's 42 feet. For those of you that have a Z3610, you know what I'm talking about. It's a big, big RV, but it pulls great. Would it pull great with a different hitch? I don't know, probably, but it really seems to do well. The reason I went with the Gen Y is I really wanted to keep my bed space open and available without having to take a big heavy hitch out and put it back in every time. So I thought, well, now that was really one of my hesitations about ever getting a fifth wheel. I just didn't want to deal with that. I use my truck bed a lot. So I felt like this gave me the best of both worlds. I could pull an RV that could accommodate my family, and I could have my truck bed the second I unhook. And so that's been really great. Probably a little bit of a learning curve hooking up. It's kind of, to me, it's a little bit like hooking up a, a ball hitch, a bumper pull. You just get used to where you back up under it and let it down. Once you've done it once or twice, it's not any harder than anything else. It's probably not as easy as sliding into a regular hitch. That's great. A friend of mine, Dustin, over at Wayward Wags, actually did a video on hooking up to the Gen Y gooseball hitch, and maybe when I post this. Great video. I actually watched it before the RV to make sure I was going to be comfortable with it. Definitely was. Um, had another few people ask me, actually. I did the video before last. I put that I use Happy Camper, and a lot of people said, "Have you tried liquefied?" And the truth is, I haven't. And so I've heard great things about it. I have friends who've used it, but I have not used liquefied. Um, I actually, it's kind of funny. I was in a group with Matt, who, if you know Matt, he's the one who makes liquefied or sells liquefied. And we were in that group, and he indicated he was going to send me a case of it to try out, but I never got my case. I guess Matt's busy. I know how that is, and I haven't gotten around to buying any yet, but I need to, and we'll definitely try it out and report back when I do. If anyone else has, please let me know down below, and I will. Pass along your information, and I'll try it out soon myself. Um, had another question, and this was more of a complaint, and I figured I'd go ahead and address it. Had 3 or 4 people who asked, "Why aren't you happy with Brinkley? Why don't you like your?" And I think that's made because I made a few different videos. One about design things that I think they could have done better in this RV. One about what broke after our first 8,000 miles, and then one kind of a summarization of what I liked and didn't like. And none of that was meant to be a teardown of Brinkley. It was just the opposite. It was meant to be a full review, you know, because nothing's perfect. And I wanted to, if I was buying an RV, I'd want to know what design features do you wish were different? Which ones do you like? I'd want to know after your first big shakedown, what problems did you have? And to be honest with you, I think it had very little problems. Yes, what's that beverage? Shiner Bock. I don't know if that's allowed, but I'm drinking it anyway. I really thought there weren't a lot of design issues. Of course, there's some, and Brinkley, I've actually talked to them. They take feedback very well. They don't get upset about it. They're actually welcome it. And I've seen that they've made changes, and some of the changes are things that I provided in my video. Now, I'm not saying my video did it. Maybe they heard it from other customers, or maybe they figured it out themselves. But they've definitely made changes as they go. The things that went wrong after our first big trip, I said about 8,000 miles, were pretty minor. I'm pretty happy. Unfortunately, we did have a slide failure after that, right before Christmas. I did a video on it, but that can happen anytime. And when I call Brinkle about it, they're really great about it. So I really don't have a complaints. I love this RV. Is it perfect? No. But is it really, really good? Best quality one I had? Absolutely. And by the way, if anyone has a question, let me know, or I'll just keep talking for a little bit and then let everybody go. The other thing I had asked was, how do you pick where you go with your family? And I'm probably not a good person to answer this. I'll just be completely honest with you. Uh, we just get on the road and start going. My family and I will vote. We have places we've been, we really love, and we have wish lists of things we want to do. And we'll drive, we'll stay somewhere a day or two, and then we'll just sit around and vote where we're headed next. And so I said, we're not good ones to talk to. I'm not good at planning. And for years now, we've just been really lucky. We've gotten into amazing places, got the best RV spot in the busiest time of year by showing up and saying, has anyone canceled? And I don't recommend that to anyone, but we've done that for a very, very long time. The Biggest exception I have on that is this year I went down and stayed at Fort Wilderness, and I have definitely driven down there without a reservation before, even when they said they're full and gotten in. But at Christmas time, it's tough. And I started making that reservation this time last year. And I bet you I got on line every single day looking for availability. And when one would pop up, I'd get a day here and I'd get a day here and I get a day here. And then eventually I was able to get a whole stay worth of days, but they were on different type of campsites. So then I had to work to try to get them all to the same type of camp spot. And eventually we did. And we went down there, but we still had separate reservations. We ended up with 8 reservations. So 8 reservations for continuous stay in the same spot. So if anyone's interested, otherwise we just take off and head out anywhere. I took up residency. We stayed there for a while. There, December, I think it's the 21st or 22nd. Patrick can tell does because he was there as well, and I stayed until the 15th. I think it was the 15th, 14th or 15th of January, and then came out. So it was a long stay, but that was the family and I stayed, did Christmas, did New Year's, and then I stayed an extra week because I was running the Disney Marathon, and so it was easier just to stay than to come all the way back home and then go back. So, and I got a week without just to myself at Disney at Fort Wilderness, which was nice. I'm looking down here. Uh, I see some other people have joined. Welcome. I did just so everybody knows, did announce the winner to the giveaway earlier. That person has already been notified in the replies. So I believe their name would be April because it's in their name. So if you're April, congratulations. If you're not April, maybe we'll do another one. Maybe we'll give away another GasStop. Hopefully, would love to do that. And obviously, I know a ton of people who have gone out and bought them and told me they're very happy with them. So I think that's great. Also, going through some other questions, I did have some people ask. One person asked me, "Are you happy with the Victron Multiplus?" I built out an inverter system in this unit. I actually built one in my last one as well. I'm not an expert. I'm not someone I would hire to come install yours for sure. But I've done a few of them now, and I've worked with them, and I've researched them to nauseum, and I just like what the Victron Multiplus does for you. It's big, it's heavy, but it does everything. One thing it does is it is your inverter, which is great, and it's large enough you can power all your outlets. You can run your air conditionings. I have soft start on my 2 of my air conditioners. It can run them, and right above me I have a chill cube, and it doesn't need a soft start. You can run all that, and it can run my microwave, etc. It's also charger, so it's and a converter, so it will charge your batteries. It does a very good job of that. And because it's a Victron, it fits in that ecosystem. So it's talking to everything. My batteries are talking to the solar charger and to the Victron. The Victron's talking to those, and I have a DC to DC charger. And so having it all on one app all together is really convenient. It's just really reliable. Other thing Victron does that is really good is you can set it to the ampage you want. If you pull up at your parent-in-laws and you're going to mooch stock and all they have is a regular outlet, 15 amp outlet, you can tell the Victron, don't take more than 15 amps from this outlet. And that way you're not blowing their fuse or plug. And it'll supplement when you need additional power through the inverter. So you can take the power from the house or the shore and you can supplement it with the inverter when needed. And then when it's not needed, it'll put power back in those batteries you just used. So that's really convenient. The other thing it'll do, in addition to supplementing, and you can limit what ampage you bring in, is it detects immediately if you have a power on. You don't even see a light flicker. It'll just, well, of course you wouldn't see these are 12-volt lights. You don't even see an appliance go out. It just kicks right on. And so that's really convenient. It's like having a whole home generator. And if you have a generator with that servo, you can work them all, you can program them all to work together. And so that's really nice. So yeah, I recommend the Victron. It's not necessary if all you're wanting to do is run a couple outlets, but it's a good product. And I also had a question about the Epic batteries, the Epoch batteries, why I got those over Battleborn. I did that. I bought Battleborn. Battleborn was very good to us. I have, they've sent us stuff over the years, and we've worked with them, and they're wonderful. You've seen the videos. But 5, 10 years ago, I thought Battleborn was the best you could get, and really good batteries, and you had to pay the price for it. As time has gone on, other battery manufacturers have come out that make just as good a battery, but they're not near the cost, and generally they have more features. So while Battleborns are still great, they're great batteries. I just can't justify spending the money on a Battleborn as I would have, 5, 10 years ago. Now I'm saying, look at these others, look at the lifetimes, look at the Epoch or Epic, which is what I recommend. And I think that you'll get more bang for your buck. You can get more amp hours, and you can get better apps and features. You can get the heated batteries, which Battleborn, I had those as well. You get the low temp, you get all the BMS features, but you're not paying all that money. So definitely, for me, and you can get different configuration sizes to meet your boards. They have the game changer, and then they have their standard, but they don't have as many options as other battery manufacturers. If I was buying an RV, though, I would not elect to get lithium with my purchase, because if you get lithium with your purchase, that's the kind of battery you're going to have to buy. And if you put Dragonfly in there, great battery. Dragonfly is actually Battleborn, but when they sell to the RV manufacturers, great battery. But let's say you get two of them. Now you want to go to 600 amp hours, so you're going to have to buy more batteries. You're going to have to pay those Battleborn prices. And so I'd almost say just take your camper with the lead acid batteries, bring it home, chunk the lead acid batteries, sell them, whatever, use them for your trolling motor on your boat, whatever you can, and then buy the battery you want that has a configuration you want and put it in there. I think that's a better deal. All right. I'm looking down here, see if there's anything else. See if we have anyone. We still have some people on there. I thank you for sticking with me. This is not my forte. So this is a little new to me. So if anyone has any suggestions or helps how to make this better in the future, please let me know. In addition, we just did a video over essentials, and we did a video over kind of up from essentials. And there's so many things that I could have talked about that I couldn't, from upgrading your Max Air fan to, just about everything that you can think of. There's so much stuff out there. If there's something you're really interested in knowing about that you'd like me to try out, let me know. I will do it. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I can try it out and tell you what I think. If it's within reason, happy to do that, and give you my feedback on it. I'm working on a number of videos right now. One of the things I have is a bunch of travel videos. I haven't put them out because travel videos don't do as well, and they definitely don't do as well until you start to hit the spring. But last summer, we made some amazing trips, and we went to some great places, and I think we have some fun suggestions for it. And we will be putting those out as well in the coming months. I just kind of hang on to them, because you take the trip and you don't have time to make the video when you get back from the trip, because it's already fall. And by the time you're making it, people aren't watching travel videos. People would normally watch those in the spring. So get those. Patrick's recommended try out. Well, Patrick, I think that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that. If you'll send me one, I'll try it out, and we'll see what we can do. So Patrick's trying to spend my money for me. He does a good job of that. In case you don't know, I keep referring to Patrick. Patrick and Patty over at Travels with Delaney, they're a YouTube channel, much larger than my YouTube channel, have a big following. They started, I don't know when they started making videos, but I know they made new camp videos. They had a new camp Teardrop. They've gone through lots of RVs, but I met Patrick and Patty because they had a Lance RV, and I had a Lance RV, which I loved. And I started seeing his videos. I was actually on one day and someone asked, anyone make YouTube videos about Lance RVs? And I typed in, I go, I make some. And then someone responded, yeah, but if you want a real YouTuber, so does Travels with the Lady. So I was like, who is this guy? So I went over there, and through that, I met Patrick. And I would say we've become good friends. I'd say we talk daily. And actually, we saw each other several times over this year, and we're down at Fort Wilderness together. And if you haven't been to his channel, make sure you get over there. It's a really good channel. And he's in an alliance. He buys an RV every year. Um, so Patrick and Patty, they like to change them out, and so they're in their when they sold their alliance, they went to an alliance fifth wheel. They had it about a year, and now they're in another alliance. I think they're going to make it more than a year on this one, but they haven't quite yet. So we'll keep watching to see what they do next. Now, Patrick, just let us know if you're going to trade out your RV anytime soon. Yeah, he's going to keep the current one for 2 years. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. But they're doing some fast over to full time. They've been what I am. I'm a lot of timer. I'm not a full timer. My family and I take extended trips, but we're not in the RV full time though. Actually, they would go out on these massive trips and they'd come back as a teacher, and they would come back and uh, teach, and then they'd go back and they are making the jump, and they've been making videos about it. They're about to they just sold their house, so they're taking the big step. It'll be fun to watch them do that. I think their main motivation is to get out of the cold. They live up in Indiana. I think they're going to be heading down to warmer areas during the winter. I think this one just got to them. All right. I'm taking a drink so that I can think of something else to say before we get too far. One of the things that I get asked, not on here, but one of the things I've been meaning to talk about, I've been thinking about maybe putting a whole video on it, which is why you RV at all, and why would you RV, and why is it such a big part of our lives. And I have we're a family of four, and we absolutely love to travel. And we do all sorts of travel by boat, plane, whatever, just whatever. But I really think that we are so fortunate to live in North America, where you can drive across this continent pretty easily. There's not barriers to going from one end to the other, and you can see the landscape change. You can see the natural formations, whether it be the Red Rocks or the Rockies or the Appalachians, or the drive through Kansas and see nothing, or Nebraska and see absolutely nothing, or just all this great stuff, the Grand Canyon, whatever. You can see all that in this country, and there's just really no better way to see it than on the road. I have gone to all 50 states multiple times, and most of that was by flying, and you don't experience the country the same way. And if you're going to be driving all that way, it's really nice to have your own accommodations with you, your own stuff, your own comfort, your own bathroom. I think RVing brings that to you like nothing else can. And it's funny because people who don't RV, they think of Cousin Eddie. They think when you tell them you're Vision, Cousin Eddie out there up in the sewage, and they don't envision just how RVing has changed and how it's a lifestyle. And I'll be honest with you, some people look down on it because they don't know it. And I think if more people knew about what it had to offer, then they would do it. At the same time, RVing is very frustrating. RVs traditionally haven't been built very well. They're kind of can be a handful. If you're not a handy person when you buy an RV, you'll be a handy person within a year or two. You'll have to learn how to do stuff. And the other part of it is service. This Brinkley is built better than any RV I've ever had. And the Lance was a good build. I had a Winnebago before it was a good build, but it's just gotten better and better, in my opinion. This one's really well built, but you still have to buy an RV through a dealer. And it's not like buying a Ford. You buy a Ford from a Ford dealership or a Chevy from a Chevy dealership, you buy a car, that dealership is going to take care of you. If you come up there for warranty work, they're not going to call you and go, well, that's the radio. You need to call Bose. No, they're going to handle it under the Ford warranty, and they're going to fix it. If you take your RV in for a warranty repair, you're going to call them. They're going to say, come in 2 months, and you're going to go in 2 months, and then they're going to say, we'll give you a call when we get to it. Your scheduled appointment wasn't even to see your RV. Maybe a month, 2 months later, they'll call you and say, well, we've looked at it and this is what's wrong with it. You already knew what was wrong with it. That's why you took it in. And then they'll get back to you and say, well, we have to check with the company if it's under warranty to see if it can be covered under warranty. And they'll come back and they'll say, well, we have to check with this part manufacturer or this one. And then once all that's approved, then it may be another month before they work on it. And here you've bought this RV, you spent lots of money, you're excited about it, and it just spent 6 months at the dealership. And that's unacceptable. And it's just how it works. And that's why I don't take my RV to dealer. I said like it's better to fix it myself. And half the time it'd come back in worse shape than I took it in. So that's what all that is to say. When I make these videos, it's kind of like, how can I help other people find this lifestyle and enjoy it, but also deal with those issues, because they're real issues. And the way I've dealt with them is other RVers. Other RVers have taught me how to do things or what to do or what resource to get. And I think it's that community that makes up for the shortcomings. But people getting into it need to know about those shortcomings. Yeah. Anyway, that was quite a lot. And I still see we have some people on here. I am very impressed that you stuck around for that. Any questions or anything, let me know. I will be posting this up here. If you're the winner, do email me and I will get that out. If you know of something else you would like a video about, or like maybe someone who knows what they're talking about, come on. I have a lot of friends and stuff I could bring in as a guest to talk about something. And I'm working on some reviews of some different stuff. And if there's something that you particularly would like looked at or tried, let me know. If you're interested in Brinkley, let me know. I'm going to be back. I toured the Brinkley factory right after I bought mine. And it was really eye-opening. They've done a lot since then. And I'm going to be back in March at Brinkley. And I'm taking this RV in there for service to get some stuff done. And while I'm there, I'm going to take a look around, maybe ask some questions. So let me know of anything you want to know, and I will see what I can do. If you're on here and you own a Z3610, I also run the Facebook group for Z3610 owners. Feel free to join that. And then over on the Facebook group, Tree Talker the Traveler, we talk about all RVs, all travels. We also have an international travel channel because that's something we like to do as well. It's called T4 World Travel, and feel free. I used to do them in one channel, and I'd post a video about RVing, and I gained 300 or 400 subscribers sometimes. And I think, wow, that's great. And then I'd post one about, and I'd lose 300 or 400 subscribers, and I'd gain another 50 or 60 on the prog video. Now I'd post one about RVing, and I'd lose the 50 or 60. It was yo-yoing back and forth. So we decided, well, people seem to be either interested in one or the other. Let's not mix them. So earlier in 2024, we decided it was smart to split those out. So that's why. So if you're interested in both, subscribe to both. But just one, subscribe to one. But we put all that content there as well. All right. It looks like we're probably coming to an end. I really appreciate everybody jumping on here, and this will go up live, something like that. Definitely give me feedback too, how my sound is, etc. And because this is my first live, I think actually my son and I, who started the channel, did a live a couple years ago. So we did one before. It's been a couple years. This is actually my son and I do this channel together, though he's in high school now, so he doesn't do a whole lot. And he's the one who named it. He named it when he was little. And so that's how it got its name. Anyway, thank you for coming. If anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to email me, or any ideas, suggestions. Love to hear them. And congratulations to April on the GasStop. Thank you, everyone.